So, yeah, it would be.
They just keep on doing it.
Because I was up about last year.
Thank you, Vicky, for that wonderful introduction. I am liking the amount of yellow we have in the room today. There's some lovely ladies in the front here. I see those lovely t-shirts. I'll have to get some of those before I leave. And of course, the yellow card. If anyone is out of order today, they're going to get a yellow card. So I'm really appreciating the yellow. It makes me feel very comfortable. I've just come along here as a part of what I've been trying to do since I started my role as a senator, and that is to learn to discover issues in the broader community of Queensland. And I've got to say, it's been a real eye-opener for me. I think as a footy player who goes out and does what he enjoys to do, and people appreciate what they do, you're sort of oblivious to some of the real issues. And it's taken me to enter the realm of politics to really get an appreciation of what's happening around the place, and what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing I'm quite disgusted with. I feel somewhat embarrassed as an Australian and as a politician of this country that we're allowing these sorts of things to happen. And the fact that I don't believe that many people in metropolitan Queensland really know exactly what is going on. And that's one of my goals, is to make sure that they do have an understanding of what is actually going on here, not what's being told in two-page spreads paid for by CSG mining companies. As you're aware, myself, or Palmer United, along with the help of the Greens and Labor, established a Queensland inquiry into certain aspects of the Queensland government. When it was first established, I didn't really have an idea. I had some idea of what was going to come through, but have been totally overwhelmed by what I've heard at these hearings. And I thought that it all came to a head last Thursday in Toowoomba, when we held an inquiry a day there, and we heard from some witnesses who gave us, who were able to tell us about their submissions. And this inquiry's had some 300 submissions, which is pretty much unheard of in any Senate inquiry. So there is a lot of issues there. But I thought on Thursday we had our first one where I really did feel as though we were making some progress. And I'd obviously like to thank the Hill family, Joe and, hang on, I'll find it, Jenny, for their submission on Thursday. It was certainly a very emotional one, and one that really resonated with me, and I'm sure all the other senators that were there. I'd also like to thank George and Pam Bender, not only for Thursday's inquiry, but yesterday we went out to Wayne Walker's property out near North Hopeland, and had a look around to see what was actually going on in his property, which I think reflects what's going on in a lot of people's land. And I'm sure, obviously, people sitting here today are going through the same issues that Wayne is out there near Hopeland. And what I got out of yesterday's visit was that I feel as though I'm not wasting my time and hopefully trying to get this issue sorted, and obviously having it more aware in the community. And I could sense and feel the frustrations of all people that were there last night or yesterday afternoon, no more so than Wayne's frustrations with the lack of respect that these mining companies are showing him and his fellow farmers, the bullying tactics that go on, the lies that are being told, and the fact that he is very limited in what he can actually do with his land as a result of these people going on his land and not showing any respect. So as a result of yesterday, I spoke with my staff and my lovely wife, and I've already mentioned that I'm going to seek to establish a Royal Commission into the human impact of particularly mining in general. It's not going to be easy. There's a lot of people out there that would not want this set up, but I'm prepared to fight for as long as it takes to have it established. I think, as I say, I just think a lot of people are oblivious to the impact that this is having on the human health, and also obviously the environmental impact it's having. And so once as a part of that Royal Commission, I will also be stating that I would like to see all mining projects cease as far as being approved, and any new mining projects to be halted until this has run its course and we find out the truth, because I think the truth has been distorted quite a bit. I think that was quite evident in the inquiry day, the hearing day last Thursday in Toowoomba, and previous inquiry days. We had Drew Hutton came along to one, and he was certainly, you know, obviously very passionate about what he was talking about. But again, I thought what came through was that they really, this has been rushed through, pushed through without any consultation and disregard to the environmental and health impacts of Queensland, and of course the people that live in it. So I think we need to take a deep breath. I think we need to establish this Royal Commission to find out the truth, and then based on what we find out, we can make decisions for us to go forward. The other thing that I'm tossing up with, and I will seek people's advice on this, but I also feel we need to establish an ombudsman, an independent resources ombudsman, where people like yourselves and people that are having issues with mining companies can go to this organisation or this person and have their issues dealt with by a bipartisan person or department. I think that one of the frustrations that I do hear a lot about is that the people feel as though they're not being heard, and I think that if they had a focus point where they could go and air their grievances or their issues and have those issues dealt with, I think would certainly benefit everybody, particularly would certainly lessen the frustrations that I'm sure a lot of you do have. After that inquiry day on Thursday, I had to drive back to Brisbane with my staff and myself, and I've got to say it was probably one of the quietest drives I've ever had. I just think that myself, and I can speak for myself and speak truthfully, I was very much affected by what I heard on Thursday, and I really felt for the witnesses, and I just hope that I can make a difference in your lives, and I guarantee, you know, Joe, Jenny, the vendors, and Mr. Jenkin, I can see has arrived. I can guarantee you one thing, that I won't take this lying down. I'm going to fight as much as I can to hopefully get some good outcomes for you, because I realise that I think it can be very hard to be living in your shoes, and I just want to try and make sure that yours and your family lives are a lot better, and we just need to get to the bottom of this and get it sorted.
You can head it up, Glenn.
So I'm here today. Just again, it's a fact-finding mission, I guess you could call it. I want to sit here and I want to listen to people. I want to listen to the speakers. I want to listen to the questions, so as that I can soak up all the information. We can go back to my office. We can work out a game plan. And as I said, I think at the end of the day, from what I've heard and seen over the past 6 or so months that I've been in this role, people are frustrated because they're not being heard. They are very much affected health-wise. I've heard from Nuddin and his wife Narelle yesterday about their children and the issues that they're having health-wise, and it's just a common thing. So I just want to get that sorted for you all, and as I said, I'm going to do my damnedest to try and get that resolved. Thank you very much. Well, I think the Ombudsman would have to obviously be bipartisan, and we would have to, whilst we were establishing the Ombudsman, we would obviously sort out what powers that they would have. And I think, I think one of the issues is that the evidence and the facts and the stats are all out there to suggest that CSG mining is not a good thing, but it's not being recognised and it's not being used. They go off and they attack farmers as individuals personally, they attack people that speak up personally, they don't recognise the facts and figures that are out there. And I think if we had the Ombudsman and he or she or they were given access to all these facts and were able to present those to the government, I think we could definitely come up with some different outcomes.
All right, we've got another question here.
Do you see that we can then remove the Gas Field Commission? The Gas Field Commission set up to, by its very legislation, it's been set up to facilitate coal seam gas, not to meet the needs of landowners.
The Gas Commission, I was only aware of that about a week ago. It was brought to my attention. I've only had one side of the story with the Gas Commission, and that is that they feel as though it's not functioning and it's not doing its job. So I'm going to have to sort of sit on the fence a bit with that until I get the other side of the story, and then I can give an opinion. But I think for me the overwhelming issue is that the facts, as I say, the facts and the figures and all the evidence is there, but I just don't think, whether it's because they don't want to or they feel as though they don't have to, but I don't think the government is taking that on board when they make these decisions to approve projects. So I think that the establishment of an Ombudsman I would think, give the link between the people of Queensland and the government, and give the people of Queensland a little bit more oomph, I guess, as far as getting their points across and their issues and concerns with their land or their, obviously, health issues with their family. Okay. I just want to thank Shay for a number of things. Obviously, setting up the visit yesterday, but also pointing us in the right direction to come into Chinchilla. That was very much appreciated. By the time we left Wade's property, it was quite dark, and I reckon I'd still be driving around trying to find it. So thank you very much, Shay, for that. Thank you. And look, I want to finish up because I really do want to hear the other speakers, but in my capacity, I just want to say that in my capacity as a senator representing this beautiful state of Queensland, I'm just going to do whatever I can to make sure that your voice is heard, and hopefully we can rectify some of the wrongs that have been bestowed upon you. So I just want to thank you all for inviting me here today, and look, I just hope you have a great day. All right, thank you.